You're watching Peace Channel, streaming the best of humanity. I'm Ed Begley Jr.
Peace and love,
answering the
everybody.
question,
Peace and
what's
love.
peace to me?
Yes, my name is Ringo.
But it is time now for peace. Peace in the hearts of all human beings.
Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. Hello everyone. As the producer and host of Positive Spin and founder and president of Unity Foundation, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the first program in a two-part presentation of Unity Foundation's 50-year history of promoting peace, cooperation, and unity, and our 28-year history of producing our award-winning Positive Spin television show, presenting positive and only positive news from all around the globe. On today's program, we highlight the Foundation's first 35-year history of accomplishments. While in the second program, we give focus to the Foundation's history from that time to present day.
Positive Spin, presenting positive, innovative, and solution-oriented news from around the world. On today's program, we'll see a brief overview of Unity Foundation's first 30 years of promoting peace, cooperation, and unity throughout the world. And we'll learn about how the Foundation has amplified its work over the past few years through the presentation of the Peace Day Global Broadcasts.
This year, Unity Foundation, the producer of Positive Spin, is celebrating its 35th anniversary of promoting peace, cooperation, and unity throughout the world. In the next segment, you'll see a brief history of the organization's work, followed by an introduction to our most recent vehicle, the Peace Day Global Internet broadcasts. In 1975, the seeds of Unity Foundation were firmly planted in the soil of Golden Gate Park, with the presentation of the first San Francisco Unity Fair. 45 nonprofit organizations, an array of multicultural performers, the Jefferson Starship, the Grateful Dead, and more than 40,000 people gathered in Golden Gate Park to celebrate unity. 30 years later, Unity Foundation continues to accomplish its nonprofit purpose through the presentation of cultural and educational events, local programs and projects for children and youth, media and public service campaigns, television programming, and the utilization of interactive communication technologies. During Unity Foundation's 30-year history, well over 1 million people have attended the special events produced by the Foundation, and more than 500 million people have been reached through Unity Foundation's media campaigns. All of Unity Foundation's special cultural and educational events, media campaigns, television programming, and local programs and projects are designed to create a greater understanding and respect for people of all races, cultures, faiths, lifestyles, and generations within the human family. Over the past few years, Unity Foundation's work has risen to a new level by utilizing the Internet for our Peace Day Global Internet broadcasts, which promote the important work of the United Nations, its humanitarian agencies, and thousands of organizations dedicated to peace, the environment, social justice, economic justice, and human rights. In 2010, the broadcast streamed live from the UN's official website and more than 2,000 websites simultaneously around the world, reaching millions and millions and millions of people. We now present a segment on the Peace Day Global Internet broadcasts.
May I say welcome to the Peace Bell ceremony on the International Day of Peace. Your Royal Highness, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the Secretary General of the United Nations.
ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I'm delighted to see so many of you here for this annual ceremony. Let me offer you a special welcome to the messengers of peace and the many children joining us today. The annual ringing of the peace bell is always a deeply moving occasion. I'm very much moved personally as Secretary General of the United Nations to administer this peace bell ringing ceremony, and I'm grateful for your all efforts to preserve peace and security. So on this International Day of Peace, let us take stock of our efforts to promote peace and well-being for all people everywhere. Let us nurture what we have already accomplished. Let us dedicate ourselves to all we have yet to do. I call on people around the world to observe a minute of silence at noon today. And I call for a day of global ceasefire, a 24 hours respite from the fear and insecurity that plague so many places. On this International Day, let us promise to make peace not just our priority, but our passion. Let us pledge to do more, wherever we are, in whatever way we can, to make every day a day of peace. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us demonstrate our resolve with a minute of silence.
Hello, this is Jane Goodall and Mr. H, my mascot. International Peace Day has come round again, and it's so exciting to me to think of the number of countries, the number of places, the cities, towns, lakes, seas, mountain tops, buildings where giant peace doves will be flying. I wish I could be in all of those places. It's lucky that there'll be photographs and I can imagine them. But I would like you to feel that in spirit I'm all over the world, because it's such an important day. If we look around the world, there's so much violence, so much fighting, so much bloodshed, so much fear, so much anger. So it's more important than ever that we should get together and dream about peace. Peace is possible, but unless we dare to dream of peace, then it may never happen. And then we shall give up hope and continue as we are. So on this International Peace Day, which is in support of the United Nations International Day of Peace, let's all feel community, feel together, feel the lessening of the barriers between different religions, different cultures, different nations, and especially between us and the natural world. And let's dare dream of peace and look up at the giant fabric wings that are circling the world. Every year, a few more countries. Every year, a few more people joining us. So have an absolutely wonderful, inspiring day. And as I say, know that I truly am in spirit, circling the world with those giant peace doves. And have fun. Have a lot of fun.
Our time has come, and we have begun to circle the world.
At Griffith Park for the International Peace Day celebration. I'm here with Daryl Hannah, avid environmentalist. And Daryl, can you talk about your involvement in today's program?
Well, I got to come here last year and meet Jane Goodall, who's a personal hero of mine, and participate in the crane parade and everything. And I just think it's a beautiful day for people to come out and enjoy the park, which is rare for a lot of people to get outside and actually enjoy nature, and then also just to remind ourselves of all the different amazing organizations that are here, that have booths here representing all the work that they do, and to remind ourselves also that peace is not just about a literal war, but it's also the war that's going on with our whole environment, with other species within ourselves, from the pharmaceutical industries, the chemical industries, and all the different things that we put into our soil, air, water, and that we need to be conscious of the decisions that we make.
I'm here with Pierce Brosnan, who's the keynote speaker for today's event. And Pierce, can you talk about your involvement in today's event?
My involvement is through Jane. Jane has become a good friend over the last 8 years. It was amazing meeting this woman 8 years ago in London. It was through the dolphins. That's how we met her. I narrated a film, and she came along, and we struck up a friendship which has been long-lasting. And today, my wife Keely and I have been asked to step in her absence. She's in New York as we speak, doing Roots and Shoots Peace Day there. So that's how I'm here. The work that she does is inspirational, and the work that these young people I've seen do today is 1,000-fold. It is just really inspiring to see these young people pick up a cause, whether it be for the Hawks or for women in Africa who are making bracelets because they have HIV and they want something to pass on to their children. It is really deeply heartfelt work. And
Hello, my name is Bill McCarthy, and I want to welcome you to Positive Spin. On today's program, we continue our profile of Unity Foundation on the occasion of the Foundation's 25th anniversary. Our profile will include 2 segments, one on the organization's program using culture to mediate conflict and violence, and the second on the special events and projects of the Foundation to nurture community in the Mission District of San Francisco, the city's multicultural center. In the early 1990s, Unity Foundation initiated an innovative program using culture to mediate conflict and violence. Let's see some of the highlights of this program. Unity Foundation is a California nonprofit organization founded in 1976 for the purpose of promoting world peace, cooperation, and unity among all people of all cultures. In 1991, Unity Foundation created the Americas Before Columbus Project. The purpose was to celebrate the history, culture, and traditions of Native American Indians and to give them major media focus during the 500th anniversary of Columbus's arrival.
This is about the people who lived here thousands of years before he was even born. Native Americans, tired of the concept which was taught in schools when they were young, the concept that Columbus discovered America. Native Americans like Floyd Red Crow Westerman.
We've always felt that it's been our darkest day in the hemisphere when Columbus arrived to these shores. We've always said, how can you discover a country when someone's standing on a shore waving at you when you come ashore?
It's only fair that the Native Americans get credit for what they discovered, that they discovered America or inhabited America, and I think it's only fair that they should get credit for it.
And more of the same at a news conference today to promote a Native American television special for next Columbus Day, the 500th anniversary.
When Hitler marched into Poland, they don't celebrate that.
All this brought home to Pasadena because of this year's tournament Grand Marshal, Cristobal Colon, 20 generations removed from Europe's discoverer of the West, but smack in the middle of a retrospective that sees Columbus as a destroyer.
Today, a group of Native Americans, including some Hollywood celebrities and a group of Native Americans, offered a suggestion.
I think that a Native American of the Americas should be sitting right alongside of him.
As many people in America know, the minorities, particularly blacks and American Indians, have a completely different belief and feeling about just who discovered what and what it precipitated. Many Indians see the coming of Columbus as very similar to the Holocaust, which, 30 million people died in a 500-year period of time since the landing of Columbus.
Beginning in 1993, in response to the rising tide of violence and intolerance in the United States, Unity Foundation began producing a series of events entitled Concerts for Unity 93 to promote racial harmony and unity in the cities of Los Angeles and San Francisco.
The residents of the city of Santa Monica desire a life for themselves, which is filled with peace, harmony, and tolerance, and which recognizes their cultural heritage. Now, therefore, I, Judy Abdo, Mayor of the City of Santa Monica, on behalf of the members of the City Council, do hereby proclaim October 30th, 1993 as Unity Day in Santa Monica, and congratulate Unity Foundation for its long history of producing special events.
Unity Foundation is hereby commended for its achievements and has extended sincere best wishes for the success of the Concert for Unity 93 event and continuous successes in all of its future endeavors. Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors, Edmund Edelman, Chairman of the Board.
Some music lovers in Golden Gate Park were treated to a multicultural musical celebration this afternoon. Some of the Bay Area's finest musicians got together to put on a free concert in celebration of unity. The melodic tribute featured several local groups, including Bay Area veteran band Zero. The event also featured poetry readings and theatrical interpretations based on visions of a united world with respect for all living things.
In 1994, Unity Foundation initiated an innovative program of using interactive technology for conflict resolution among different ethnic cultures. The program focused on the war in Bosnia and UNESCO's major international project to rebuild the National Library in Sarajevo, the center of Bosnia's multicultural history. Through the technology of an interactive video space bridge and the expertise of Mr. Joseph Golden, the Russian visionary who orchestrated the first interactive space bridge between the US Festival and Moscow in 1982, Unity Foundation produced and directed a series of 3 interactive bridges which connected San Francisco, Paris, New York City, and finally Sarajevo during the Unity 94 Festival on July 31st.
Let's love each other and help each other and be friends.
Serbian by ancestry, and Slavko, Bosnian by ancestry, have united as brothers in the human family.
And this is my brother Slavko. He is Croatian and I'm Serbian. And this is our brother Yamato, and he's a Shinto monk. Many are the ways, the truth is one. And by this hug, may we start the beginning of peace in Yugoslavia and continue to the rest of the world. World peace through inner peace.
I only joined this. I'm not a Croatian, I'm not a Serb, I'm a human being.
Yes! That's the ultimate truth. This is the ultimate truth. We are just human beings on this planet. And we here want to show in brotherhood. I love you.
Soccer YWCA, as you heard, yes, it's in its 120th year, and every year we have been definitely representing racial unity, and I'm really proud of that.
This is a very fitting commemoration and recognition of the milestone of the first anniversary of the President's Initiative on Race, which was an attempt to place squarely on the national agenda for the first time since the civil rights movement of the 60s, the issue of racial conciliation through dialogue in this country.
We now join Kim Weichel, our United Nations and Foreign Affairs correspondent at the UN in New York City, where she will introduce today's segment in our ongoing series, The UN in Action.
The newly formed Palestine national football team recently made history by hosting the Egyptian team in the first international soccer match on Palestinian territory. In 1999, they played their first match in Jordan, where they beat the Syrian team and garnered a bronze medal in the Arab Games. Their first stadium was recently completed with financial support from donor nations and the UN Development Program. The Palestinian soccer players as a national team are a source of pride for their people.
When the popular Egyptian football team enters the national stadium in Gaza, the fans go wild. For Palestinians, this is an historic moment. A friendly match, it's the first international game ever hosted in the Palestinian territories. The Egyptian players were the first team invited to play against the newly formed Palestine national football team, an event unthinkable until recently. Since the Palestinian National Authority assumed control over certain areas of Gaza and the West Bank in 1994, the players have been struggling to organize themselves into a national team. Azmi Nasser, the head coach, recounted the early days.
This is a newly formed team. It was disorganized. When I came last June in 1999, we started organizing it. We started looking for and selecting players. It's now, as you see, very well organized. And they wear the same uniform. When we started, we had no uniform, no boots, no field to practice on.
Their first tournament was the Arab Games in Jordan in 1999. Playing as underdogs, they beat the Syrian team and won the bronze medal. Coming just 1.5 months after the team was reorganized, the win was a major breakthrough for the Palestinians. As a result, they moved from 202 to 169 in FIFA rankings. At home, huge crowds waited at the airport to welcome the heroes home. Rafiuddin Ahmed, the United Nations Development Programme's director for the Programme of Assistance to the Palestinian people, says the football victory in Jordan was a great achievement.
In soccer, in the regional contest, they came out now with the bronze medal. They came number 3rd, so which was a very big a source of pride for all Palestinians that their team was doing so well.
A new Palestine national stadium was recently completed. Financed by donor nations and supported by the UN Development Programme, the playing field has a vital role in both enhancing youth participation and the recent success of the national team. Lieutenant Colonel Ahmed El Afifi, president of the Palestine Soccer Union.
We thank the United Nations for its contribution in building this grassy stadium, because it's the only field in Gaza where our national team can practice.
But the lack of access between the West Bank and Gaza remains a problem for the team. Players from the West Bank are sometimes denied entrance to Gaza for training. Amjad Sanduka, a team member from the West Bank, explains.
The problem is due to the occupation. Sometimes we get permits and sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're able to come to train in Gaza, sometimes we can't. That's all because of the occupation.
Often the team is divided into sub-teams which practice separately, one in the West Bank and one in the Gaza Strip. Despite the difficulties, the team is determined to move ahead, says the coach.
Don't forget that we are a national team and we represent 8 million Palestinians. We are organized and the team is moving ahead.
At the friendship match with the Egyptians, the home team put up a strong performance. The game stirred up a frenzy among local fans. The Palestine national football team lost the match, but their determined efforts are gaining worldwide recognition. This report was prepared by Camille Taha and Patricia Chan for the United Nations.
Thank you for watching part 1 of this special anniversary program, Unity Foundation's 50th anniversary, and also the 28th anniversary of Positive Spin, presenting positive news and only positive news from all around the world.